there, welcome to a fresh episode of Omaliving show. And I remain Marilyn Oma Anona. I'll have to start this episode by reciting the national anthem. Arise, O compatriot, Nigeria's call obey, to serve our fatherland with love and strength and faith. The labor of our heroes past shall never be in vain. To serve with heart and might, one nation bound in freedom, peace and unity. I love Nigeria. I am passionate about Nigeria. I am a Nigerian. Growing up, there was this song I fell in love with. I love to sing it, and surprisingly, each time I sing it, it brings tears to my eyes. But considering what is going on in our country today, I just feel like sometimes, was there a mistake? Is it something we're doing wrong? How are we going to go about making our country better? When I was growing up, in my class, I had people from all ethnic groups, and I fell in love with them. As a kid, I always said to myself, I want to marry a Yoruba guy. That was the level of unity I perceived as a child growing up. But now, things seem to be different. Before I forget, the song is, I know a lot about my country. I know a lot because I care. I know a lot about my country. I know a lot because I care. Nigeria, my beloved country, working together in peace and love. Nigeria, my beloved country, happy cheers for you and me. So the topic for today's episode is the state of the nation. So many things are currently going on. There seems to be too many people wanting too many different things, and it just gets so confusing. You turn to this right, you hear about Biafra. You turn to the left, you hear about Arewa. You turn to the center, it's just the Arewa youths asking the Igbos to vacate the north. On the other hand, the Rondo group, that's the South region, are asking to go their separate ways. We have the Oduduwa people. We have words like restructuring coming out of nowhere, with people not even having a clue about what the word means. The state of the country is one that I cannot explain. Chaos and confusion every turn you take. So that's the topic for today's episode. I'll introduce the guest right after this break. Hello, welcome back. Before the break, I was talking about the state of the nation. I even sang you a song that brings tears to my eyes. And this is a segment where I get to introduce our guest. Our guest right here is a young Nigerian who is from the southeastern part of the country, as you can see from his regalia. He's someone with full knowledge about history. He's someone with, in fact, he's 5 in 1 or even more. He is a fiction writer, he is a historian, he is a rapper, an indigenous rapper. He is a business tycoon. You know, I can't remember the last time I heard this word tycoon. But when the need for us to run this season came up, we had to do a research on those to bring on our show. And then people referred him, and I went to do a research on him and I saw business tycoon. I'm like, hello, you know, tycoon. But that's the person we have on the show today as our special guest. His name is Chuqa Ndu. Nice to have you on the show.
Thank you very much.
Welcome to Omaliving show. I'm so delighted to have you sitting on this sofa in our studio. So please, our topic for today is the state of the nation. We'll be hearing several words: restructuring, the Biafran agitation, our ailing president, the Arewa youths giving the Igbos quick notice, and a lot keeps going on and on.
Yes,
And
yes.
the social media space on Facebook, you see our youths fighting. You know, some people believe that this should be the case, some people believe that this should be the case. These are the things we'll be talking about on today's episode. So, but before we go on, I want to get to know you properly beyond what I've introduced you as, so the viewers are looking at you. Who is Chuqa Ndu?
Well, once again, thank you for having me on your show. My name is Chuqa Ndu. I am a rapper, I'm a writer, I'm a businessman.
Business tycoon.
Yeah, business tycoon, yes, you know. I didn't study history in school, but I'm a historian of sort. And basically, I do anything I can lay my hands on, but I'm the chairman of Chuqa Ndu Company Limited. We do basically entertainment, we do publishing, we do writing, and we do basically we coach people on how to invest in the new trend of cryptocurrency, digital currency, which is like the new money in the world. So yes, we do. That is basically what I do.
Okay, nice to get to meet you finally. Now, the state of the nation. Being a historian is going to make it easier for us, because some of the questions I'm going to be throwing to you are things that have a background. You know, I'll start with the ailing president. Our president has been away for quite some time now.
Yes, he has.
I love our president, and I miss seeing him on TV. Do you understand? And then we feel that there is a vacuum that is meant to be filled in as much as we have an acting president. The people are worried for so many reasons. Many are genuinely worried. Many are just worried because of politics, you know. But do you think that we as citizens of Nigeria deserve to know where our president is and why?
Well, for the case of the president, let me start with deserving to know. Yes, we deserve to know where he is. You see, in the Nigerian politics, in the polity of Nigeria as a country, we do a lot of hide and seek and chameleon character, you know, type of politics. People don't come out
Openly,
yes. We're not accountable, we're not responsible.
Yeah.
From the first man to the last man, every Nigerian, we are not responsible people when it comes to actually speaking up, saying the truth. Right, so the president, yes, we all, before he came into power, some of us knew that we were going to get here. People thought we were being hateful, but again, we knew that having someone as old as that in Aso Rock would require some form of pampering for that seat. Looking at the past president, Goodluck Ebele Jonathan, he got into power, and in a few months he turned into an old man, he turned into a granny. This is a young man, vibrant young man, right? That's because Nigeria is like the toughest country to run in the world. As you know, America is even easy to run, yes, because they have a federal system that works.
Well, even America though, it's not easy, because I remember Obama when he came into power.
Yeah, he was looking
very
very young.
after, like it was so anywhere in the world.
Yeah,
leadership is not an easy thing. So bottom line is, you think we deserve to know? We
deserve to know where he is.
The second question is on the Biafra agitation. That would take us to the third question. But the Biafra agitation seems to be... people are angry. The people from your part are angry, so many of them, even though we have sects, because not every Igbo man believes in Biafra, and not everyone believes that Biafra is about separation. Some believe it's just about equity. Do you understand? So what is the way out of this Biafra agitation? What do the Igbos really want? Why are they agitating?
Well, thank you. That particular question is a question that is close to my heart. So I would first of all start by saying that Biafra to many of us means different things. But if I was to say, I would say Biafra, it's an ideology. Biafra is an ideology of yes. Biafra is an ideology of freedom.
Okay.
Not for the Igbo man, but for the African.
Okay.
If Biafra, from what I see, was to come to be, Nigeria would be a better place. West Africa and Africa as a whole would be a better place, because it will show the world that an African nation can break out of another African nation and be on its own and actually do things on its own without European control. There's no free state in Africa. We might celebrate.
So in other words, you're trying to say that if Biafra succeeds and becomes a country of its own, it's going to be fully independent.
Fully independent of any nation in the world.
Okay, now I'll ask you another question, still on Biafra. The agitation has been going on, and I just read, sometimes I just want to know what's really, this Biafra as an ideology that demands freedom. No matter how you want to, it's still about separation, basically. Is there a plan? The people who are at the forefront of this agitation, do they have a plan for the new republic that is going to spring up as a country, an independent country that would not run without interference from colonial masters, or is there any plan? Like, what kind of system of government, what kind of leadership, that system of government, what is the plan?
Okay.
Is Biafra just about the change of name?
Okay, so basically I would say Biafra, first of all, exposes the vacuum between the elites and the masses. The call for Biafra, or for Arewa, or for the Niger Delta Republic, or wherever it is, or Ududua, means that some people in this country are not happy with the way things are going.
Well, there's no perfect system though.
Exactly. But at every point when people speak up, people say we want Biafra, the elders and those in power say no, we don't want it. Because why? They benefit from the system, the Nigeria system, which has failed us. The Arewa youths came out the other day and said this would happen if you guys don't.
So are you trying to say that Biafra is springing up, Oduduwa and the rest, because of a failed system?
Nigeria, like,
because I gathered that some people feel marginalized, and
yes,
that's the reason why they are clamoring for a separate republic.
Yes.
But from what you're saying, it's not just about marginalization.
It goes beyond that.
Okay, it's our people not being comfortable with a failed system.
Nigeria has so many problems that you can't tackle it from one angle. We come from a place where we were knocked together, and Nigerians were knocked together as one state just for economic reasons of the British, right? And we were not asked if we want to be here, but somehow we came together and we said, okay, let's be here. And somehow politicians started mismanaging things, and we had a rift, the coup, and all the interjections of the military, and from there we go into a civil war. We have moved beyond that civil war, but that civil war was meant to be the ultimate sacrifice. Before America became a great nation, there was a bloodbath in New York.
Yeah, of course.
Right?
A series of events.
People died in New York. Everybody died for America to move forward. My belief is that we both lost lives on the Igbo side and on every side on that war. That was the ultimate sacrifice for Nigeria to be a great nation. Why are we still here? 45 years or more after that sacrifice. So it means that we're not doing something right. So it's good that we go back and revisit that war and revisit years before that, so we can find out.
This takes me to the next question. Restructuring, left, right, and center. So what does restructuring mean to you?
Okay. So restructuring to me means that we do have to go back. Again, I always love to go back. Let's ask ourselves. Let's put ourselves in the mind and the shoes of Nnamdi Azikiwe, Awolowo. These guys who actually said, let's have a nation, but let's not hug ourselves, because this guy has 5 fingers, this guy has 4 fingers, they can't really be synergy. So let's just have a place where we can sit at one table and eat with different spoons, but again, we're eating from the same plate, and we're all contributing the same quota to cooking that food. That was where we had the eastern region, the northern region, Yes, true federalism. Let the different, I always tell people, the
different regions fend for themselves, and then there is a center. I
always tell people restructuring to me means that we need to have a revolution, not a violent revolution, but we all need to go back and ask ourselves, Mr. Man, you're the chief in my village, what have you, you're the commissioner, what have you done?
That's true federalism.
But right now,
accountable and responsible for the development and growth of your region.
But it can't happen right now, because I tell people Abuja is the problem of Nigeria.
Okay.
The man stealing money from Anambra and the man stealing money from Maiduguri are all in Abuja, protected by military men and policemen. Can you get to, can his neighbor in the village get to him? No, you can't.
No, but there is proper restructuring.
That's what I'm saying.
Where there is nothing like state allocation.
Yes.
There is
exactly.
it's not like every state have this sense of entitlement that this allocation must come to me. Nothing like allocation. States will only be given help or aid when there is a pertinent issue. You find out that even these ones you make mention of in Abuja, first of all, Abuja remains the seat of power.
Yes.
But nobody has a home in Abuja. Do you understand? So when you're now coming to Abuja, you're coming to seek help.
Yes.
Anambra is about to be swallowed by erosion, for example.
Yeah.
And we've spent all we have in our powers, and we can no longer. Now the federal government, being the center, should help. Apart from that, I'm just giving an instance.
Yeah.
Every state should be able to generate revenues, take care of themselves. Don't you think that would work? And that will nullify the power in the center to some.
That, like I was saying, that was where we were with the new independence when we just got into independence.
Yeah.
Everything spoiled when we had the military interjection and all that, and we've been running this system for a long while. The constitution we run now does not support for a better Nigeria.
It doesn't even make provisions for some kind of thing.
So we need to go back and say restructure. But what you have to know is the people who are enjoying from this current constitution we will never support that. But if Nigeria must get better, we must go back and we must have a revolution.
Let's go back to the drawing book.
Exactly.
Okay, to the next question. The Arawa youths and the quick notice to the Igbos, though that has somehow been settled. But what do you think about that?
Well, I was last 2 years I had a dream. I had a particular dream for about 2 weeks, and I started to tell my father and my uncles that begin to move your things down. It's not because there's a war coming, but something is going to happen. This country is about to change. The truth is going to be unearthed, and you know, the country is going to have. It's called what's the name of this? It's called like a changing effect. Like something's going to happen that's going to make this country actually move forward.
A revolution.
Fine. It could go anyway. Begin to move your things.
So to be on the safe side,
they felt I was being. My father said I was being scared.
Oh.
So, but again, what the Iowa youths have done is only a reply. Now, for a long while, the Igbos have been shouting, "We've been marginalized. We want to go."
So now they're like,
we have been screaming into the void. Now a voice has replied
to you after so long.
Yeah. So
silence and everything.
So basically,
so that takes us to the next question. I love to always be on the positive side of everything. I do not believe in separation of any of the regions, but then that is Oma's opinion. I don't have to decide for the rest, but personally, I love Nigeria as it is. I do not believe that we should separate. I believe that in as much as we are not of the same religion, tribe, language, we are still one. Because if you go to most of the advanced countries, China, they are multi-ethnic. They have so many religions. In the US, the same thing. So our problem is not basically religious difference, language, tribe. Yeah, I think it's just, in an episode of this season, we treated religion. We have a wrong notion about so many things in our country, and that has brought us lots of problems. But the next question is, what do you think a new Nigeria should be like? Well, talking about the human resources, talking about the natural resources, talking about allocation, talking about, what do you think a new Nigeria should be for us to all be happy? Bearing in mind that everyone can never be happy.
So, okay. Well, I told a friend of mine something last 2 weeks. I told him a new Nigeria will start if we go hungry. Let's forget oil for 1 year. We have so much human resources. We have
talent.
We have talent.
Skills should be enhanced. Okay. Did you know that before the oil boom and oil exploration and stuff, Nigeria was depending on granules. So what happened to the granules?
We depended on a whole lot of things. We have the granite pyramids of the north.
No, I just used the granules for instance. Why did we, leave all that and then only oil?
I'm saying, that's what I'm saying. We have become lazy as a people because oil seems you just give the contract to some companies. They get the oil, crude oil refined, give you some money, you eat, you drive a flashy car. They make more.
Yes. We
those,
make less of
those
people.
in power make they feel it's more, but it's less because it doesn't get to the grassroots.
Yes, it doesn't.
Right. So
it can actually get to the grassroots, but they won't let it. But the thing is, those we own the oil, but those who refine it make more.
Make more.
Us.
Yes, they just give us peanuts. So a new Nigeria should be a lot goes into mental revolution.
Thank you.
Which education is part of it. You know, our people are not educated. Forget that we go to school and we speak big English. We don't know what a country, we don't know what responsibility is like. I was in a cab the other day and I bought bottled water and I bought gala. After eating, I dropped it in the car. The driver was furious. He said, throw it out, throw it out. This was in the city capital where
Are you
I told him that. I told him it is wrong. When you get to the patch, you take it out and put it in a bin.
Yes, and he's supposed to have a small bin.
Yeah, you understand?
In his car.
You realize Nigerians drive and you just someone opens the car, a flashy car, someone who bought a car for 15 million, who obviously is either a civil servant or someone who is highly placed, opens the car and throws out banana. See, this little things, yes.
From mental orientation and reorientation
of what it means.
A new Nigeria should be made up of people who have been mentally overhauled. Okay, it was nice having you on the show, Mr. Chuqa Ndu. But I have 3 more questions for you. What are the pulse of the masses like in Nigeria as of today?
Well,
what is everybody complaining about?
Well, like we all know, there's hunger in the land.
Okay.
There's hunger in the land, and it's affecting everybody. The woman who sells banana at my pedestrian bridge before I go home, if she used to make 1,000 last 2 years or last 3 years, now she makes like 400 profit a day, right? So meaning that if she used to eat 2 square meals in a day and her now she eats 1 meal. The man who used to eat 3 square meals in Transcorp now eats 1. So basically, there's hunger.
A decline in productivity.
And when there's hunger, there's a problem because humanity is our basic number 1 role is survival.
Yeah, basic need is food.
Survival. Anything that frustrates the survivability of a man is a problem, and it makes him go haywire.
Yes,
the
and
masses
that's where
are
you
complaining.
see societal vices
exactly.
on the increase and all of that. People are angry because a hungry man is an angry man.
Yes, so.
Now, as a tradition on Omaliving show, we have 2 concluding questions for you. One is 5 things that inspire you. We want to draw from you. We want to, you're very, very much inspired. I can see you vibrating and you want to talk. So tell us 5 things that inspire you to be the Chuqa Ndu you are.
Okay. Well, the first thing that inspires me to be the person I am is fear.
Fear. Wow.
Fear limits people, but fear is what drives me. I am afraid of going back to where I was when I couldn't afford some basic necessities, right? I'm afraid of going back to where I was, where I would do a song and just people would say nice song. I'm afraid of being back there. I'm afraid of being at a place where I wouldn't have electricity, although we're still having that issue. But again, I'm afraid of going back to the gutters. So, and second thing that inspires me is what will I say? Music. I'm an artist. Fitness. I love to be fit. And the fourth is I would say reading. I read history. History inspires me a lot. And the fifth is would I say people. I love to meet people. Yes, so.
Thank you very much. Now the final question is, who is your role model?
Well, the question, my role model, well, now I would have, okay, Illbliss.
Illbliss. Any particular reason? Okay, because you're a rapper, he's a rapper?
It's not just because he's a rapper. He's right from time I've always said, if I want to work with any artist or want to be under any record label, it's Illbliss, because he understands that you have to be an artist, you have to be a businessman, you have to be a family man, all that in one.
He is balanced.
And he still wins awards. He doesn't have to be a Shakiti boy, he doesn't have to be in a club and all that, He does music and that's just it.
Thank you. Yeah. It was nice having you on the show, Mazi, Chuqa Ndu.
You're welcome.
You're dressed like a Mazi, so it's okay to call you a Mazi.
It's okay.
It was a wonderful time with the indigenous rapper, writer, historian, and business tycoon, Chuqa Ndu. It was quite a refreshing moment with him. We had lots of fun. We touched pressing issues in the country, and it has been Omaliving show. Please do not forget to click subscribe on this wonderful online TV. I bet you're going to have lots of great content coming your way. We are not stopping till the mindset of people are changed. Nigeria is beautiful and will remain beautiful and will get even more beautiful. My name is Marilyn Oma Anona. Stay inspired. XOXO.